everyone. My name's Rebecca Repia and I'm an executive area manager with Arbonne. And tonight we have the beautiful Kata with us, and we're just going to do a little bit of an interview style chat tonight, very casual and very fun. So I will tell you a little bit about myself, and then I've got a notepad here with questions, and I've got 10 questions to get through with Kata. So we'll get straight to it. So like I said, my name's Rebecca. You can call me Beck. I am a mum of two. I'm currently living out a 6-hour drive regional in WA in Kalgoorlie in a small little town. And my partner's currently doing mining work, 7 and 7 roster. So we moved out here about a year ago. I used to work in the public service with the Queensland government before I had my babies. I've got a 2.5-year-old and 11-month-old. So they keep me extremely busy. And I literally just run my business around them. So I don't really have that much excitement going on because my life is literally parks, pool, and how many flies can we kill in 5 seconds. So I will flick it over to Kata, and Kata, we'd love to just hear a little bit about you.
Okay, well, firstly, I feel like you shouldn't discount how awesome your life is. We all make choices. I saw that engagement photo in Vegas. That was insane. So you, my girl, have lived a life, and I know a lot of it is due to Arbonne. I'm, really grateful because I know we met through this company called Arbonne, which is what we're here to talk about and share our stories. And, one thing that I'm really grateful for is getting to meet amazing humans like you, where we never would have met. And no. I know, it's been, 5 years or something that we've known each other. And the way that our lives have changed and evolved and grown, but getting to stay connected through a business like Arbonne is something that I'm just really grateful for. So thank you for reaching out and asking me to do this. I think it's really fun. I love that you are a busy mama and still building your business, still pushing forward, still wanting to, think about the future. I think so many people stop where they're at and they settle and they forget that they actually get a choice in, building a life that they love. So something that I really admire about you, and, hopefully the people that do join your business from perhaps this conversation need to know about you, is that you really do care about others and you care about building a better future for yourself. And it's something that I've always really admired about you. So no talking down about yourself.
Sorry. I mean, we have come a long way since we partied in Vegas together, haven't we?
A little bit.
Wow.
There's a throwback.
Yeah, that is a massive throwback. But what I want to hear is share a little bit about your story, where you're at, what you're doing, where you're living, what made you get into this business, what you did before this business. So fire.
Yes, sweet. Well, I'll keep it short because as we had a conversation before, I'm currently sitting in a car park. I have another business, a wine company, and we're currently in the middle of an event with Showtime Entertainment, who does all SeaWorld and Movie World, and we're doing an executive party for them at the moment. So I've had to duck away into my car to do this call, but you can run this business everywhere and on the go, which is why I love it so much. I've been doing this for almost 9 years. So February is my 9-year anniversary. And before this, I was in the public service. So I lived in Canberra. I was 21 years old, a part-time dance teacher, worked full-time in the public service at the Federal Police, in human resources. I have a recruitment background, a personal assistant background. And this business really came in the form of actually a New Year's resolution, which is, I always love doing these calls around this time of year because I feel like so many people are sitting back and reflecting on the year that was and figuring out, what is it that I want to do with my life, with my future? Am I happy? Am I fulfilled? Do I have enough? And at the time that this business came into my life, I was running on empty. I had very little money in my bank account. I had even less energy. I had absolutely no time because what had happened is life hit me with a bit of a curveball. So although I had my life sorted, I had a full-time job, I was renting my own apartment, I had my own car, I was in a relationship, for all intents and purposes, I had it all together. But my dad was diagnosed with cancer. And that really threw a spanner in the works because to me, family is the most important thing. It doesn't matter, money and time, yes, as important as oxygen. But what I have realized, especially through this lockdown, is that it doesn't matter how much you have if you have nobody to share it with. And now I'm really fortunate to live, in a beautiful suburb on the Gold Coast, and we, see all of these incredible homes. And something that makes me really sad is seeing all the lights out. And something that I really have come to learn through this period of time is that family is everything. And family was what got me into this business. Family is why I keep building this business. Family is why I continue to share this business, because there is no substitute for good time, good quality time with the people that you love. And, gratefully, my dad has survived 3 lots of cancer. He's an absolute trooper. He's 82 years old now. I'm so excited to see him for Christmas. But it was because of my father being in such an unfortunate position that I did step out of the box. And no matter how scared I was of what people would think of me, which they did, they were critical, but it didn't matter, because this business is so incredible. You get given systems, and you get given assistance, and you get given a team to fit right into. It was unlike anything I had ever seen in my HR and recruitment background. And it was all effort based. And because of that, I was able to put my work ethic. I've always worked hard. And I finally found a business that aligned with my strengths of people, of hard work, of consistency, of loving on others, of serving others. Sales used to scare the shit out of me. But what I learned through all the mentoring through Arbonne and, the books that I read and the personal development that we do as business people is that if you can just shift your mindset to how can I help others, business will be easier. Now, having a wine company, I have to, apply the same things. In human resources, I had to apply the same things. So I know a lot of people look at a business like this and they freak out going, oh my God, I could never sell anything. You really can if you believe in it, if you want to help others, if you have a good heart and a solid work ethic and a good value system. This business has given me so much more than I ever bargained for. And I'm just so incredibly grateful that around this time, New Year's, 9 years ago, I took a risk and I said yes. So to people that are watching, and even perhaps people who've signed up and maybe haven't done anything, you got to give it a go. Like, you've got to give it a really good go, because in my opinion, there's really not a lot to lose, but there really is a lot to gain. So my big fear was, well, what if I fail? But stronger than that fear was my desire to help my family. So if you have that desire, I truly think this is a business that, maybe not for everyone. Obviously, results are typical and, are not typical. And I'm now in that 1% of people that do make it to the very, top of this business. But it's purely through effort, and not giving up. And oh my God, I could tell you stories for days, but the whole point is I'm just so grateful, because what Arbonne gave me, it opened the door to owning other businesses, learning how to run other businesses, learning how to meet people, learning how to talk to people. I had no networking skills before. It's something that I learned through Arbonne, and it truly has given me so much more in my life.
I love that. And honestly, like, we met in Vegas, it'd be 5-6 years ago. And you are such a beautiful person. Like you said before, you are now an ENVP, so you're at the top of this company. And I know for a fact, because I've followed you on social media, we've chatted heaps, you have worked your butt off to get there. And it just goes to show that, it's effort-based and anybody can do this business. And that's what I love about it. You're sitting in the Gold Coast, I'm sitting in WA, and here we are having a great chat. So and you're right, this time of year with everything, it really, really, really makes you think and makes you just be grateful for what you have, regardless of what that is. You might love your job at the moment, but just having that. My parents fly over next month to finally meet their granddaughter. I haven't seen them since we moved here. She turns 1 on the 4th of January, and they literally land the day before her birthday. And I'm so excited. And, just knowing that I have this flourishing business coming up, that I will be able to take my family home when I want, it's the best feeling in the world, the best. But I will get into the next question. So what was it about the Arbonne philosophy that initially sparked your interest?
Well, it was actually the fact. So a lot of people come in because they adore the products, they're product users first. They're obsessed with the ingredient policy. There's over 2,000 ingredients banned. It was safe. That was a big part of it, because my dad was a chemical scientist his entire career, and he worked around chemicals, and he'd always educated me how dangerous things were. And then when he developed cancer, obviously I started looking into the ingredients about, personal care products. I didn't want to end up the same way. I know that sounds, a bit morbid and a bit selfish, but knowing that my dad had worked with so many toxic chemicals over the years and had developed all these illnesses, I guess I became more aware of what was in products. So that was a big thing. But that came second to the fact that it was an equal opportunity. So I had been used to being in the recruitment world, looking at people's pay scales. And quite often I remember thinking, well, I'm working so much harder than that person that's getting paid literally triple what I'm getting paid. But I'm working harder, but because I'm young and I have to, pay my dues over years and years and years and years, and then apply, and then only a few people get promotions, and then I have to wait till people quit or die. Like, that's the world I came from. So when I started to do some research on network marketing as an industry, I read into the compensation plan. I read all the reviews, good, bad, ugly, all of them. The thing that really appealed to me was the fact that it really was an effort-based business. It wasn't based on culture. It wasn't based on age. It wasn't based on ethnicity. It wasn't that two people got to be successful. Everyone had to wait until they carked it. Like, the fact that it's a non-competitive environment, and being, an intrapreneur, which is essentially all the benefits of being an entrepreneur, the freedom, the flexibility, but with a system and with a support, I just thought that was brilliant. Like, every review that I read about Arbonne, every single person said the products are fantastic. Some people had great experiences with consultants. Some people had negative experiences with consultants who are people. I knew if I started this business, I would be one of the people that people liked, because I would work my ass off until I learned the things that I needed to learn to succeed in this industry, because there was so much proof. So I knew it was a possibility to build something grand. Now, I didn't start for a huge paycheck or anything like that. I started because I thought, if I can match what I'm earning in my public service career, but I have more freedom and flexibility to be with my dad at hospital, that's a win for me. That actually gets to satisfy my need to give value and give time to my family. So that was a big thing. It was the fact that there was actually some flexibility in there. There was some structure. There was proof of success. There was, an incredible compensation plan. And, for people that are wondering, well, okay, well, how much do you earn? If you just go to earnings.arbonne.com, you can have a look at the averages. You can have a look at the average times. Again, I get to be a part of that 1% because I stayed, because I worked my ass off. But in complete honesty, I was working my ass off anyway. I just wasn't getting paid for it, and I wasn't getting recognized. And that was really starting to frustrate me. So being in an industry where recognition is a part of the compensation plan, and you can earn incentive like trips and, cash bonuses and all sorts of fantastic things for your effort, I appreciated being appreciated.
100%. I came from, government as well back home. It was always just like you were swimming to nowhere. It felt like you literally were getting nowhere. So I know you will love this question. Why is Arbonne so relevant right now?
Listen, I remember when we started, right? Almost 9 years ago. And back then, Arbonne was like, what's Arbonne? Like, what's network marketing? Like, my generation, so I'm 30 now, I was 21 when I started. I never heard of network marketing. Never, ever, ever. And we were told back in the day on the old school slides that in 5 years' time, 1 in 5 families would be involved in network marketing. It was just a matter of which company is that going to be. At the time, I'll be totally honest, I called bullshit. I was like, nah, there is no way. Now, when you turn around, probably almost every person I know is a part of some kind of network marketing business, whether it's skincare, whether it's nutrition, whether it's hair products, whether it's nails, whether it's whatever. And the appeal of this industry is the fact that there's structure and flexibility. It can be done in person. It can be done online. It can be done when your babies are asleep. Yes, it's work like any business, but the safety net is the fact that there's people showing you and leading you and guiding you. In what other industry do people want to teach you to be better than them? And I think it's that culture. It's the fact of the flexibility. It's the 40-year history that Arbonne has. And the fact that it's combined with this incredible team that just wants to innovate constantly. So the products that we sell, which we represent, which we share, we can stand behind, because not only are they cruelty-free and they're vegan and they're plant-based, but they're actually relevant. Like, when you sell anything, it must be relevant. So it's just this beautiful combination of winning numbers, basically, is how I look at it. And I think now more than ever, we really understand that one source of income simply isn't enough. Even, 5 years ago, probably not. But the introduction of internet and online business has given us opportunity. And I believe that right now we are in the midst of this incredible space where we get to be who we want. We get to create what we want. We get to do what we want. We get an opportunity to risk things and to fail and to try again, because there's so many options of working from home, from online, from a real job. You can do multiple things. And nowadays, I really think we just have this glimmering light where we can have multiple incomes because of the internet and because of people's appreciation for creating lives that are mitigating risk. Whereas 20 years ago, you stuck to the same career, or you would just go from job to job to job. Nowadays, you can have a job, you can have a side hustle, you can have an online business, you can have a part-time job, you can do things for passion. Like I do samba dancing. I'm a Brazilian samba dancer now, and I literally get paid to go do gigs and have fun. So I get to have my Arbonne business, my wine business. I get to do my samba gigs. I can do whatever else I want, because that's the world we live in. Like, what a beautiful time to get to have fun and try these new things.
Well, this will tie into our next question perfectly. In your own words, how would you describe, I guess, word of mouth marketing, network marketing? How would you describe that?
Network marketing is basically a system put around you living your daily life. The people that I have built a business with are not people that I've actively stalked or sought out. I think people always think you have to go freaking door knocking and cold calling and, spammy messages. It's absolutely not the case. It doesn't work. The way my business has evolved has been through living my life, meeting people, adding them to social media or inviting them to an event, and letting them see the appeal of what this business is. I think a lot of people feel standoffish about this business because they have had negative experiences with people. But in my opinion, a great network marketer is somebody who is in love with their life. They're living their passion. They're doing the things they love. They have their own hobbies. Maybe they have a job or a business or whatever. Network marketing is the perfect side hustle to complement whatever you're doing, especially with a business like Arbonne that sells personal care products, skincare, makeup, nutrition. These are things that everybody uses. And what will happen when you're clued on and when you are trained well is that you'll start to hear people saying that they need the things that you have. Oh, my skin is this, or I need a new lipstick, or gosh, I really wish this product wouldn't irritate my hair, or whatever it is. And a great network marketer will simply help and offer and suggest. So that's what I think the finesse is really just living your life and having that ready for when you hear somebody needing what you have.
I love it. I love it. So how did the business side of Arbonne and the products mesh for you? Like, what stood out?
The business side was the even playing field, in all honesty. Back when I started, there was not a lot of millennials, as you all remember. I think even when you came in, there was very few millennials. It was a lot of older mums, stay-at-home mums. Nowadays, I feel like it's totally turned. There's a lot of millennials, a lot of young people taking the opportunity. So for me, it was the fact that I could start something, and by hard work, I could build something, and no one could stop me. No one could decide if I was worthy of a promotion. No one could decide how much I earned. Nobody but me was in control of that. I really loved that because I did not come from, money or a fortunate background. I watched my parents work bloody hard to build, what we had. And I love the fact that I could continue to build something. I could change my family history. I could build a legacy so that I would never have to worry, could I afford to have children? Like, that's what I'm working towards, that sort of lifestyle where one day if I have a baby, they'll look and go, oh my gosh, mummy built this. And I can say, yes, I did. No one gave it to me. No one can take it from me. If I can do it, you can do it. Like, that whole culture, that inspiring reach for the stars culture is not something I was born into. And it really appealed to me, having people breathe belief into you, which is what Arbonne is. We all sit there and we all clap and cheer for each other. And it was something so foreign to me that it took me a second to get around the fact that girls are being nice to girls. but I love it. I think we need more of that. I think we need more of that, you know, women empowering women. Products wise, I mean, I don't understand why people would use products that are not cruelty free nowadays, that have animal byproducts in them. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like we're in 2020, we know better. But again, back in the day, we didn't. So I think education is power. And something that I love about the product philosophy with Arbonne is that it's not just sell, sell, sell. It's okay, well, why do we do this? How does this impact your gut, your skin, your immune system? It's Arbonne really wants to empower us through learning, through knowledge. We're not just dumb rote salespeople. We use the product, so we understand, you know, what they do and how they work and why it's important. And I think the entire value system of Arbonne, of wanting to create not just a great product, but something that's great for the planet, for other people, from the way they employ people to the way they treat their consultants. I just think it's such an incredibly unique and empowering culture. And I just want to share those products because I know that they're good for you. They're just good for you.
I think, and everybody on this call could say they absolutely adore our products. So we are bombarded with lots of choices when it comes to health and wellness products. And so why do you trust Arbonne over other brands?
Consistency. 40 years of consistency. Arbonne was doing botanically based, vegan, cruelty free way before it became a trend. And I respect that. I really respect any company, any person, any business that is consistent in the value system. And I think the integrity that Arbonne has displayed over the years, even when, you know, things have gotten hard or they've been challenged, I really do look at things from that holistic, like, would I be friends with this person kind of value system, and the consistency is something that I really, really respect.
I love that. That's so true. So the next question, how have you found the Arbonne products have collectively helped you in terms of your overall health and wellness? Health and wellness, sorry.
Well, without making any medical claims, because obviously results are different for everybody.
Yes.
For me, the products, like I came in for the business. I was not passionate about the products, and I thought, oh, well, they're lovely and how great, they're cruelty free, and wow, I didn't know about the ingredients, and that was a real life change for me. But my big, I suppose, aha moment was when the nutrition range was introduced to Australia. And I tried the nutrition range. I was never into supplements. I didn't understand why you would do it. I really didn't pay too much attention to what I ate. I always thought I was healthy and fit. I went to the gym. I was a dancer, all of the things. But when the nutrition range was introduced and I actually tried it, I had always had acne from when I was a teenager. I had been on the birth control pill. I had been off the birth control pill. I had tried all sorts of different, you know, medications and acne ranges and skincare products, and just nothing would work. I had just given up. By the time I was 23, I was like, this is my life now. This is just, my hormones are just, it is what it is. And it wasn't until I had actually participated in Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living program, which basically helps you tune into your body. So the protein shakes are designed to actually add minerals and to help your body increase its nutrition intake instead of remove food. I had learned how to food prep in a way that I was comfortable with. I am short on time running multiple businesses. So having the education slowly drip fed to me was a way that I could properly digest it and integrate it into my lifestyle. And learning how to avoid and eliminate things that were toxic for me and inflammatory. I had never learned about gut health, inflammation. I didn't understand it at all. I didn't care for it. But through doing the program in order to then share it with my client base, I actually managed to really improve my own health. And, you know, my skin is the best it's ever been. And I really do attribute that to the things that I learned through the nutrition program, which I now basically live on that lifestyle. Obviously, I have a wine company, so I do drink a lot of wine, but it's something that, you know, without sounding, you know, I don't know what the word is, a bit wanky, but it changed my life. It changed my life. It meant that I could go outside without makeup. I could participate in water sports. I didn't have to worry about sleepovers. I didn't have to wear makeup every day. Like it changed my life, truly.
I love that. So what is your favorite product then?
I've been asked this a few times, and I have to say, on reflection, it is the probiotic that we have, which is called Digestion Plus, and it comes in a little powder. You put it into water, and I mix that in the morning with a shot of the Greens Balance, which is 37 fruits and veggies. So I actually start my day every single morning with a pre and probiotic and a shot of greens, which helps my body get into an alkaline state. It helps me keep my gut health good. It helps me replace all the microbiome, and it's those two products I cannot live without.
100. I literally start my day the same. I even make Trent do it, and he's like, "Oh, again." I'm like, "Every day, babe.
Every day.
Every day. You're not gonna get sick. Every day, you're gonna do it." And he's like, "Okay." I love it. So it's more important than ever to think about our footprint on the planet and also doing the right thing by people. So why is our B Corp certification an important part of choosing Arbonne?
Firstly, it's so bloody hard to get that certification. So the fact that Arbonne has done it, like, I mean, I'm not surprised, in all honesty, and it's something that I aspire one day my wine company to be a B Corp too. I really do follow in the footsteps of everything that Arbonne, sets that bar quite high. I just think it's really cool that a company that's been around for 40 years cares about people and cares about the earth and makes deliberate decisions, perhaps losing profit over it, to do the right thing. I'm very much a long-term thinker. I don't like thinking short-term, and I really appreciate the fact that Arbonne works their butt off to be the best, not just, in the world, but for the world. I can really appreciate that. Again, it's that value system that runs throughout. I'm so proud knowing that, they're moving towards recyclable packaging and they're treating their staff so well. And I know when I call customer service and I have, conversations with the staff, you can tell that they're being taken care of and they're being nurtured and they care about you and they remember you. And that human interaction on a daily basis when you run a business, it makes a difference. It really, truly makes a difference. Those little details of how people treat each other, they make a difference.
And it's so good because Arbonne's moving, we might be 40 years old plus, but we're moving forward with the times. And that's one thing that I love about the company too. So, B Corp is one of those things. It's moving forward.
Absolutely.
I love that. So last question, what has surprised you the most about your Arbonne business so far?
I did not expect the business to change me. Like when I came into this business, I guess ignorance, right? Like you don't know what you don't know. And what I've learned through this business is that when we set goals, we actually have to change as a person in order to achieve those goals. Because who we are, what we know, the way we behave, our habits, our routines have gotten us to where we are. And that's fantastic. But in order to have more, be more, do more, you actually need to grow and change as a person. And it sounds so wanky, but the personal growth journey has been incredibly challenging, but worth every single second. And without the push of Arbonne, without those like financial goals and incentives and, levels to reach, like humans don't move in their life unless they're uncomfortable. That's simply the way it is. We're way more inclined to move away from pain than we are towards pleasure. And me starting this business was an incredible pain point. But the journey of who I've become, the things that I've done, moving overseas, living in New York, living in Miami, moving to Bondi, moving back to Canberra, getting through 3 cancers with my father, opening 2 other businesses, like going through relationships and breakups and all sorts of things. It's actually been my Arbonne family and team that have had my back through it all. And it's been really interesting because the friends that have stayed in my life that can appreciate the growth and the change have just such incredible admiration for my Arbonne business and my Arbonne team, because we do operate as a family. And being someone where my family is not in Australia, they're all in Hungary. I've never had that family support. So the thing that surprised me the most about Arbonne is I really thought it would be like a workplace where you go in, you say hi, you have a great day and you leave. But the people that I work with on a daily basis, because you spend a lot of time with these people online, in person, events, text, group chats, Zoom calls, getting shit done together. That camaraderie and that family and that group of people that we're all doing different things in our lives, and the one common thing we have is Arbonne. That is something I was not prepared for, but I would not give up for the world. Never.
I can definitely 100% agree with you. And probably being young and in that, corporate world, and you become almost very, almost like stale, I guess, because when you were talking, I'm like, oh, 100%. Like, I remember the first conference, like people were crying. I was like, okay, this is like, I don't cry.
It seems weird. You think it's a cult, and then you're like, oh, right, I get it. It's because people are actually like doing shit with their lives here. Like,
yeah,
they're setting goals and they're failing and they're doing it again. They're trying and they're growing. Like, it's life.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. So like I can let my guard down. When you work in that type of industry, you don't want to tell that person you're going for that job because, what if they give you a bad reference? What if they undercut you? Like, you don't want to ask for help. But here it's like, babe, I've got like the kids going wild. I've got this, like, can you help me out? And they're like, sure, whatever. You're a sister line. We're not even,
you're not even connected.
Yeah, we're not even connected. And here we are having a chat. And that's one thing that I adore about this business too, is the friends, the connections, and the growth. Like you learn so much. And you're right, the personal development, like I've just started, like, I know some people can't fully resonate to this because they're not parents, but like I'm listening to parent podcasts. There's no way in hell I would ever think before I started this business that I would be listening to a parenting podcast. Like 20 minutes on the gym, and I'm like, I love this. This is great. So it really does. It opens your eyes, and it opens your world, and it just opens you up to so many different, I guess, possibilities. And, regardless of whether it's personal growth, financial, all of that, it's just amazing what this business can offer.
Yeah.
So I love that. Thank you so much. One last thing. So if there was anything that, you could say to the people that are watching on now or listening to the live, like, what would be your one, I guess, thing that you would say to
them? I would say two things. Number one, start right now. Like, start right now, because the goal that you think should happen at a certain time will not happen. So let's just put that out there. You're going to fail many, 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 many times over. It's a part of growth. You've got to get over that. Your time frame is not up to you. So start right now, keep going, and just trust your timing. I was in a position where I promoted quite quickly through the levels, and I got stuck for 5 years at the same level. The self-doubt came in, people overtook me, all of the things happened. But when I finally achieved the goal that I had been working towards for almost 9 years, looking back, I understand why every single thing happened exactly the way it did, exactly when it did. So I want to encourage people to, yes, set goals, and yes, put it out there, but also remember that if you don't give up, it is much more likely that you will get there than if you give up. So start, because it's going to take longer than you think. Go full out, because the only person you're letting down is you if you don't give it your absolute best. Don't give up, and give it way more time than you expect it will take, because who you become in the process has to happen before you achieve the thing that you're wanting. And what you want is absolutely possible for you. Maybe not in the time frame that you want, maybe not the person that you are right now, maybe you don't have the connections or the circle or the time or the whatever, but as long as you continue to work towards things, it is far more likely to happen than if you give up.
I love that. Thank you so much, babe. Oh, it's been so nice to see your face too. It's normally just
sorry
like,
about this shit lighting.
I just took a boomerang, so sorry if it looks really bad when I tag you. But I'd just like to say thank you so, so much. And you have just, I'm sure everybody on this call listening now, watching the recording, will just be like, wow. Like, you should be so proud of what you've done and what you've achieved. You've opened other businesses, and just watching you grow as a person in your business and personally has been amazing. And thank you. Like, honestly, thank you so much. So it was so lovely, and we're going to have to do this again. So we might have to tee up another one in the new year, and just do it again. So thank you so much, hun. And thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my friends. I hope everybody got something out of this. I'm going to go back to this event now and keep rocking the wine beers. See you, everybody.
See ya.